Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk video. In today's episode, we'll be talking about Kendrick Lamar and his new album. Let's get right into it. Kendrick Lamar recently released 2 new music videos for his new album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And I have been seeing many of you requesting I give my opinion on his music video, N95. I checked out his N95 music video, and indeed, this is something we must talk about. In my opinion, this music video tells us all what is soon to come. I have seen many people argue in the comment section regarding if Kendrick Lamar is a part of the agenda or not. In the video I made on Kendrick, I pointed out that it 100% appears that Kendrick is a Masonic puppet. With this new album, to me, it proves this even more. Kendrick isn't like the rest of the Masonic puppets. He is being used for something with much more purpose. This is exactly what I believe this album is telling us. The way the record labels presented Kendrick as a woke artist who is for the people is what I believe is confusing everybody. Kendrick Lamar is an occultist, and just like the other celebrities, no matter how hard he tries to hide it, it still shows. Just like we have been able to identify all the other Masonic puppets, Kendrick shows the same signs. First, like I said long ago, Kendrick's rise in the music industry wasn't organic. He was chosen by the record labels long ago, way before he even had a fan base. That alone should be a red flag, as we know industry plants are Masonic mouthpieces pushing the agenda to the T. On many occasions, we hear Kendrick rapping about the destruction in the inner city ghettos like the ones I was born and raised in. Me and Kendrick might come from opposite sides of the country, but what we have in common is that we both grew up in the ghettos and we both seen and experienced a similar lifestyle growing up. Growing up in the Bronx in the 90s and the 2000s, I saw just how cold our world truly is. I witnessed so much evil at such a young age that it made me feel our world was truly lost. What I saw growing up bothered me and made me feel like something indeed needed to be done. I chose to put a message out to the world in hopes of waking people up so they can truly see what's going on. Kendrick, who has a much bigger platform, chooses to do the opposite. Even though his music might not sound like all the other artists that are obviously pushing the agenda, it still appears that Kendrick glorifies this lifestyle and pushes it through his music. He talks about the evil but doesn't guide his audience out of it. Instead, he makes it sound like it's a normal part of the hood. In my opinion, Kendrick is almost a mascot for the ghetto, not someone trying to fix it. The problems of the ghetto are orchestrated and created by those who run our world. They have made those parts of the world, specifically for lower income people who are usually minorities. It appears that Kendrick Lamar is a freemason, and we can see this on many occasions. Just like all the other Masonic puppets, we see Kendrick showing the one-eye symbolism in many occasions. If you're watching this channel, then you should already know that this is not a coincidence. Kendrick is a Masonic puppet pushing Masonic morals. It appears that the Masons might be using Kendrick as the prophet of their new world. And with Kendrick's new album and music video, this is exactly what I am seeing. But before we get into his new album, we need to take a look at these lyrics from his unreleased song titled Illuminati Proper, leaked in 2018, as these lyrics connect perfectly with the imagery in his new album. In the song, Kendrick raps, "This is the Jesus of Nazareth, spitting gold policies to a world unknown." As you can see, Kendrick is referring to himself as Jesus, something that he continues with his new album. There's another part of the song that caught my attention and seems to prove to me that he sold his soul. In the song he raps, "I grab the devil, then I slow dance, practice trigonometry, practice my aim on the rooftops eating pastrami sandwiches." Kendrick is clearly dancing with the devil, a dance that cost him his soul, but earned him fame and fortune. In the song named Kendrick Lamar, he states that he would never sell his soul, but if you carefully read the lyrics, he admits to doing just that. He raps, "So just to get $1, would I sell my soul? I look the devil in the eyes and tell him no. They say anything worth having is worth the wait. Well, I want the world. Tell him how long that takes. There's no time like now. I'll cut my patience short." As you see for yourself, Kendrick acknowledges that in order to reach the top of the music industry, you must sell your soul. He starts by saying that he would never sell his soul, but then goes on to say that he wants the world and there's no time like now, so he's willing to cut his patience short and sell out in order to have the world. These lyrics are important, as this is the same thing Lucifer offered Jesus. Even further proof that Kendrick sold his soul to Lucifer is in his song For Sale, in which it appears Kendrick is clearly referring to selling his soul for fame and fortune. In the song, Kendrick raps, "My name is Lucy Kendrick, you introduced me Kendrick. Usually, I don't do this, but I see you and me Kendrick. Kendrick, Lucy gives you no worries. Lucy got millions of stories about these rappers that I came after when they were boring. Lucy gon' fill your pockets. Lucy gon' move your mama out of Compton, inside the gigantic mansion like I promised. Lucy just wants your trust and loyalty. Avoiding me? It's not so easy. I'm at these functions accordingly. Kendrick, Lucy don't slack a minute. Lucy works harder. Lucy gon' call you when Lucy knows you love your father. I'm Lucy. I loosely heard prayers on your first album. Truly, Lucy don't mind because at the end of the day, you'll pursue me. I want you to know that Lucy got you all your life. I watched you and now you're all grown up to sign this contract if possible. Clearly, these lyrics are depicting Kendrick speaking to Lucifer, or Lucy, how he called it, about selling his soul. He mentions all the benefits that selling out would bring him, the money, the fame, and the mansions. All Kendrick needs to do is sign that contract, which we can see Kendrick did. At the end of the song, Kendrick raps, "Found myself screaming in the hotel room. I don't want to self-destruct. The evil of Lucy's were all around me, so I went running for answers until I came home." In my opinion, these lyrics clearly speak about Kendrick being consumed by the evil, so much so that he felt lost and went looking for answers. But then he went back home, back to Lucy to finish his Masonic purpose, and we can see exactly what his purpose is in his new album. First, we need to talk about Kendrick's new song, N95, as he openly proclaims that we're in the new Masonic world. Kendrick literally opens the song by rapping, "Hello, new world, boys and girls. I got some true stories to tell." This opening line is very important, paired with the music video he put out for this song. Kendrick starts the music video with a young boy looking at Kendrick, levitating over the water as if he were a god. Clearly, once again, we see Kendrick depicting himself as a Christ-like figure. The scene then changes to show Kendrick rapping next to a woman wearing a Masonic checkerboard skirt. In my opinion, this opening scene, paired with Kendrick's raps, clearly depicts Kendrick as a prophet or a god figure who would be worshipped in the new world. In the second verse, Kendrick is clearly rapping about how the world has fallen. He raps, "The world is in a panic. The women are stranded. The men on the run. The prophets abandoned. The law takes advantage. The market is crashing. The industry wants." Clearly, it appears that Kendrick is speaking about the destruction of the old order of life and how the world needs to be guided to the new world. The video is full of instances where it compares Kendrick to Jesus. They show him walking on water, just like it said Jesus did. The video ends with Kendrick levitating over the water. The message is clear as day. On his album cover, we once again see more imagery showing Kendrick as Jesus or a god. The album cover shows Kendrick wearing a crown of thorns, like it said Jesus did. I believe they're purposely depicting Kendrick as a false god, and sadly, the masses are worshipping him with no issue. The labels have been depicting Kendrick as a godlike figure for a while now. This is the same imagery we saw from Kendrick's music video with SZA, All of the Stars. The music video literally starts by depicting Kendrick being worshipped by a sea of people. He is literally carried by them. As you see for yourself, they're depicting Kendrick as a god figure, as he can be seen holding a staff. The imagery speaks for itself. They're presenting Kendrick as the Masonic prophet, and the world is following him. Kendrick has always shown he is a Masonic puppet since the very beginning. Now it's even more obvious than ever. The Masons build a new religion with hip-hop, and we can see the rapper J. Cole rapped about this very thing in his song Javari. In the song Javari, J. Cole makes the claims that his music should replace the Bible because it relates more to his fans. In the song, J. Cole raps, "Sometimes I feel like these verses can help a person, way more than the ones they're reading in churches on days of worship. No disrespect to the Lord and Savior. That ain't just ego. I just absorbed that these verses no longer relate to people because modern times be flooded with dollar signs." In my opinion, J. Cole is rapping about the hip-hop lifestyle replacing the teachings of the Bible. He speaks about his music having more influence than the Bible. Essentially, this is what artists like J. Cole and Kendrick represent, guiding people to accept Masonic morals and forget about the teachings of God. We must understand what is unfolding in front of our very faces. All of this has been prophesied long ago. It sadly appears that we're living in a new world, a sad new world that is on a path of destruction. I am looking into Kendrick's lyrics, and I am thinking about making a full video breaking down all his lyrics for his new album. If you guys would like to see that, let me know below. There's no way possible Kendrick would be as big as a star as he is if he were against the agenda. Kendrick has made it to the top by being a great puppet, serving the agenda perfectly. He has led millions blindly following him to a burning end. We must remember that these artists have been given a purpose, and if we look hard enough, we can always spot that purpose. The Masons have created their new world with a new way of life. We must not let these artists guide us on the wrong path. We must remember that our souls are always at stake every day that we wake up. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching this episode of The Truth Is. If you would like to further support the channel, join me on Patreon. The link would be in the description. If you join before the 28th of this month, you could be entered to this month's monthly raffle, where you can win a shirt, a cash prize, and even pick a video topic. Also, please leave a comment below on your thoughts on this video and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you like this video, please hit the like button, as this helps other people find these videos. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. Please follow me on Instagram at TheTruthIs01 and on TikTok at TheTruthIs. I will gladly appreciate it. Thank you. Goodbye.